Well, my 6-year-old son, who was, when he was born, he turned 1, and I looked down at him one day and I said, how could I ever ask him to do what I hadn't done? And that day I decided, Daddy's going to get his degree. And today I did it. To have the support of a wonderful wife, a family, and Team Sprayberry did this. I'm not graduating today, my family is.
Thomas Edison was awesome because I had so many different avenues to reach my degree. I had online, I had classes where I could speak with my students, my current classmates online. I could test out of exams. I could bring in credits that I already had. I had maybe 2 or 3 different options, and I used every single one of them.
My favorite part of the program is that I could work on my studies any time of the day or night that was available to me. I worked on weekends, in the evenings, during my lunch hour. Anytime I had time is when I worked on my studies.
What was most beneficial to me as an active duty service member in the military regarding this program with Thomas Edison State College was the fact that every bit of military education that I accomplished, Thomas Edison State College said, we will take that and we will honor that and we will give you college credit for that.
Good afternoon. Will the audience please remain standing? And please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Here now, in the presence of candidates for academic recognition, are members of the staff, mentors, officials, alumni, honored guests, and friends. The 2014 commencement of Thomas Edison State College will be opened with a presentation of the colors by the Trenton Junior ROTC Color Guard, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner, performed by Princeton Pro Musica. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Gilberto Medina, Chairman of our Board of Trustees, who will bring greetings and introduce those trustees, foundation directors, and other members of the platform party here today. Mr. Medina.
Dr. Pruitt, honored and distinguished guests, officers and staff of the college, mentors, candidates, alumni, former trustees, and friends. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Thomas Edison State College, I welcome you to the 2014 commencement. And now I would like you to meet the other members of the Board of Trustees who are with us today. Please stand as you are introduced and remain standing until all are introduced. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. Fred Abbott, Richard Arndt, Eric Lear, Harvey Myers, Francis Perales. And now I am pleased to present members of the Thomas Edison State College Foundation Board of Directors who are with us today. Please stand as your names are called and remain standing until all are introduced. And please hold your applause until all are introduced. Ahmed Asmi, Nicholas Carnival, Steve King, William Schofield. And now may I introduce other members of the platform party. Please stand as your names are called and remain standing until all are introduced. William Seaton, Vice President and Provost. Mary Ellen Carroll, Vice President for Enrollment, Management, and Learner Services. Dennis Devery, Vice President for Planning and Research. Linda Meehan, Chief of Staff. Christopher Stringer, Vice President for Administration and Finance. John Thurber, Vice President for Public Affairs. Robin Walton, Vice President for Community and Government Affairs. John Ajay, Dean of the School of Applied Science and Technology. John Woznicki, Dean of the Heaven School of Arts and Sciences. Michael Williams, Dean of the School of Business and Management. Philomela Marshall, Dean of the W. Carey Edwards School of Nursing. Joseph Youngblood II, Vice Provost and Dean of the John S. Watson School of Public Service and Continuing Studies. Henry Van Zyl, Vice Provost, Academic Administration and Dean of Graduate Programs. Mary Shute, New Jersey State Librarian. Janice Kovac, Alumni Representative. Jerry Ice, Vice President Emeritus. Michael Schering, Vice President Emeritus. Catherine Punchello-Cobos, College Registrar. John Mellon, President, Thomas Edison State College Academic Council. And from the 14th Legislative District, we're happy to have with us Senator Linda Ginstein. Also seated in the audience are members of the Academic Council, mentors, college officers, and staff. Would all of you please stand? Let's have an applause for them. The remaining members of the platform party will be introduced individually during the course of the ceremony. So you can all be seated. Thank you. In one of his most enduring poems, Robert Frost honored those who took the road less traveled. You have taken that road, and it has led you to the fulfillment of your dreams. That is why, graduates, it gives me great honor to say to you, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and all other distinguished guests on the platform and in the audience, how proud and pleased we are to share and celebrate this special day with you. And now I turn the program back over to Mr. Seaton.
Thank you, Mr. Medina. We will have one speaker who will give reflections on behalf of all graduates. Speaking for the graduates would be Matthew Hayes. Today, Matthew is the recipient of a Bachelor of Science in Applied Science and Technology degree with an area of study in nuclear energy engineering technology, which he earned with a 3.83 grade point average. And a Master of Science in Applied Science and Technology and Technology Studies degree with a 4.0 grade point average. He previously graduated with an Associate's of Applied Science and a Bachelor of Science in Applied Science and Technology degree with an area of study in nuclear engineering from Thomas Edison back in 2010. He serves on the Industry Advisory Committee for the School of Applied Science and Technology's ABET accreditation and is currently the Radiation Protection Manager at South Texas Project Nuclear Operating Company. He served for 6 years in the U.S. Navy aboard the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS John C. Stennis and resides in Jackson, Texas with his wife and 10-month-old daughter, Lauren. Mr. Hayes.
Good afternoon, President Pruitt, trustees, esteemed faculty, honored guests, family members, friends, alumni, and my fellow graduates. I am honored to stand here before you today as a student speaker at commencement. In my 10 years with Thomas Edison, it is likely that I've interacted with many of you. Congratulations to the graduates of the 2014 class of Thomas Edison State College. Thomas Edison State College is not your typical brick and mortar school, so it makes sense that most of us are not 18-year-old freshmen, nor are we 25-year-old graduates. Our challenge throughout this endeavor was not, what are we going to do on a Saturday night, nor did we worry about how we would spend our summers off. We were working adults, we were mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, and we interacted with mentors and other students from across the globe in virtual chat rooms. Balancing work deadlines, family needs, and school activities became our lives. It is for this reason that I would like to thank those that have helped us through these challenging years. To the Thomas Edison State College faculty, we thank you for your time and devotion to us. You have helped guide and mentor us through our schedules, our courses, and our lives. To our family and friends, we thank you for encouraging us. You've picked up the slack in other areas of our lives, you've supported us through tough deadlines, and you've loved us while we juggled in conflicting priorities. To all of you, we say thank you. Henry Ford said, "Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal." We all understand what he was saying. I spent 6 years in the Navy. I lived in many different parts of the country and served on 2 overseas deployments, all while taking courses online. After the Navy, I transitioned into the commercial nuclear industry and again moved to a new part of the country. I've married and started a family, all while pursuing continued education. The past 10 years has resulted in completing an associate's degree, 2 bachelor's degrees, and now a master's degree. And while my story is specific to me, each of us have faced similar obstacles over the years. Those sitting here today have kept their eyes on the goal. For some of us, this degree is the ticket for a new promotion, an ability to change fields, or maybe just a personal aspiration that we set for ourselves long ago. Regardless of your personal driver, continue living your life with the same vigor, determination, and focus that you have applied to achieve this monumental goal. So congratulations to all my fellow graduates. Good luck to each and every one of you as you transition to the next part of your lives. Keep your eyes on the goal, and thank you.
Mr. President, I would like to present to you Mr. E. Harvey Myers, who stands as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you, Provost Seaton. Mr. Myers, would you please join me at the lectern? E. Harvey Myers, you have served with distinction on the Thomas Edison State College Board of Trustees since 1983, and as the board's chairman from 2002 to 2004. You have been a long-standing member of the Academic Affairs Committee of the Board of Trustees and an enthusiastic advocate for the college, having given generously of your time. Your good name has been essential in promoting the mission of Thomas Edison State College and the thousands of students it serves. You are the longest-serving member of the Board of Trustees in the history of the college. Having served on the board for 31 years. Your many years of conscientious work and wise counsel on behalf of the college's students and boards are worthy of the highest recognition. Accordingly, for your leadership, dedication, and commitment, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Mr. Myers, we congratulate you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll say a couple of words.
All right, we're going to put your hood on you right now. Then we'll talk.
Okay, after and then. Glory to God. For this came as a great surprise to me, and I must say it took some time for me to regain my composure. Many thanks, George, for this degree and for your leadership during these past 30 years. It will never be forgotten. I thank all the Board of Trustees, the staff, and their arrangements for these meetings year after year with great precision. All my family and friends, my pastor, Pastor Lindemann, and First Lady is here, and I just want to thank them also. Recently, I keep hearing a song that says, "There's a blessing coming down from that old dusty road," and this is one of those occasions in the time of my life. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, I would like to present to you the Honorable Rush Holt, who stands as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you, Mr. Seaton. Congressman Holt, will you please join me at the lectern? Congressman Rush Holt, you have served with distinction as New Jersey's representative of the 12th District since 1999 as an active member of the Congress, working tirelessly on behalf of the citizens of New Jersey and the higher education community with insight, compassion, dedication, brilliance, and a strong voice for your constituents. Your insightful leadership as a teacher, Congressional Science Fellow, an arms control expert at the U.S. Department of State, and Assistant Director of the Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory at Princeton University, have resulted in significant positive accomplishments. Your efforts on the Committee on Education and the Workforce Committee on Natural Resources, Select Intelligence Oversight Panel, National Commission on Mathematics and Science Teaching for the 21st Century, the Research and Development Caucus, and numerous congressional caucus concerning children's environmental health, renewable energy, sustainable development, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and biomedical research, among others. To exemplify your dedication and ability to influence and implement significant change, you have received numerous awards and citations for your work as a philanthropist, scientist, and educator. You continue to be a staunch supporter of Thomas Edison State College and are committed, effective, and consistent advocate for educational opportunity in the best spirit of what Thomas Edison State College stands for: demonstrated interest in lifelong learning, education, and public service. Therefore, for your leadership and vision, your continuing commitment to progress, and for all of your significant accomplishments, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congressman Holt, we commend and we congratulate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pruitt, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, and eager degree recipients. I am honored, truly, to be here with Dr. Myers. It is Dr. Myers. And I'm especially honored to be here with you. You are what college graduates are meant to be. For my entire congressional career, I've been fortunate to represent Thomas Edison State College, even though many of you are elsewhere around the country. And I've gotten to know the school and respect it, and I am very impressed. Dr. Pruitt, who is, I believe, the longest-serving state college president in the country, has been a great partner. He is something of a guru, I should say. We talk about the college's accomplishments and opportunities that arise. We discuss a variety of topics about higher education. But what does not change over these years is Dr. Pruitt's commitment to the success of the students of Thomas Edison State College. So on this day of your degree, may I address the graduates. What is a college degree? Well, we know that it is a certification that you're qualified to do certain things, whether it's in nursing or business or nuclear engineering or education, and therefore worthy of particular kinds of employment. It's a certification that you have gained certain pieces of knowledge. But Thomas Edison's degree is different because Thomas Edison's students are different. Because the Thomas Edison degree is more experiential, less classroom-based, the degree is more a certification of what the students, you, have accomplished, and less what the teachers have presented. That's what a college should be about, learning to learn. More than most groups of college students, you are lifelong learners. So for you, the degree is really more the knowledge you have gained rather than what has been presented to you. Perhaps Thomas Edison is closer to the ideal of higher education. You have taken control of your education. The college, no college should exist for the faculty or the administration. It should exist for the students. And that is what you represent here at Thomas Edison. Specific techniques and skills necessary for particular jobs change over time. It's important for you to demonstrate to employers and to others that you have mastered those techniques. But it's even more important that you make sense of the scraps of information that you have assembled, that you can assemble them into durable, practical, useful structures that fit together with your world. This assembly, this framework is good. It helps you understand. It helps you acquire and think about new information. It helps you think. Now, I'm sure you are learning, probably have learned, that the more you understand, the more you can understand, because you have built this framework for assembling knowledge. If you find a way of handling all the swarm of new information that comes your way, you will be well off. If you find a way to separate the wheat from the chaff, the worthwhile from the worthless, the sense from the nonsense. Well, I want to talk for a moment about a way of doing that. It's called science. What I'd like to talk about is thinking like a scientist. Now, I know some of you are scientists, many of you are not. But thinking like a scientist is something that anyone can do, and I wish it were more widespread in our country. Thinking like a scientist is applicable in our everyday lives. How do we know how to make the right decisions for public policy, for our children's future, to separate sense from nonsense? Well, it shouldn't surprise you to hear me say there is no foolproof method. But the best approach, the most ingenious approach that humans have yet devised, is not reserved just for scientists. We all can do it. As lifelong learners, I believe you are closer to being able to do it than most. Science isn't a collection of facts, it's an approach to knowledge. It's a way of asking questions so they can be answered empirically and verifiably. In other words, asking questions so they can be answered with evidence, and so that other people can check your work. Scientists are not necessarily smarter or wiser than anyone else, but they have honed a number of useful practices of mind. To think like a scientist is to follow the evidence, even when it leads in uncomfortable directions. Evidence is more important than preconceptions. Evidence can overcome the most respected authority, if that authority is wrong. To think like a scientist is to believe that there is progress toward good solutions. There may be uncertainty about what is the solution to the problem in front of you. There may be a range of solutions that you're considering. But thinking like a scientist means you understand that the uncertainty doesn't mean we know nothing. Some solutions are more likely to be right than others. Faced with a decision, ask yourself, how can you frame the question so you can answer it based on evidence and in a way that other people can check your work? That is actually doing science. Whether the question is what college, what new car, or should this country go to war? It's not about expertise. It's about being open to new ideas, and especially new evidence. You know, there's a great joy in being open to new ideas. Think of the wonder of it all. Think of a child's wide-eyed wonder at new revelations. We can be open to new evidence. Thinking like a scientist is the best protection against fooling oneself. It is the antidote to self-deception and self-delusion, the most common forms of deception and delusion. A decade ago, one of the major reasons for going to war in Iraq was to prevent the use of weapons of mass destruction, chemical, nuclear, biological weapons in the hands of Saddam Hussein. Weapons we now know were not there. The intelligence agencies were not using evidence-based thinking. Their preconceptions of what they expected to find smothered the evidence of what was actually there, or in this case, not there. Another example is when law enforcers or individuals use profiling, that is, allowing superficial suspicions based on skin color or religious appearance to divert them from the real evidence of misdeeds. That is a failure to think like a scientist. Economist here in New Jersey, Dan Kahneman, gives a number of examples. He says we have to be alert to fallacies in our thinking. We're more ready to accept evidence that supports our beliefs than evidence that contradicts them. Because we believe often that we could have predicted the past, it makes the future seem more knowable than it actually is. And a common fallacy of thinking is short-termism, a desire to enjoy rewards now rather than investing in the future. Thinking like a scientist is to be open to evidence that gives you a wonderful view of the world. It is often fun to watch how evidence can humble the most arrogant ideologue. To think like a scientist is to measure the things that actually point to answers to questions we want answered. There's a lesson that sometimes, this is a lesson that sometimes even practicing scientists get wrong. The errors can be particularly insidious because you think you're making progress. Medical researchers a few years back thought that HDL, high-density lipoproteins, good cholesterol, should be increased in humans, and LDL, low-density lipoproteins, bad cholesterol, should be lowered. And so they made drugs to do that. It stands to reason if you want to reduce heart attacks and strokes, you ought to lower people's bad cholesterol. So doctors administered those drugs to many, many people. They were patting themselves on the back. Some pointed out, however, some troubling evidence mixed in the statistics. The people on the drugs were actually dying at a greater rate, even though the bad cholesterol had been reduced. You see, the researchers were confusing the thing that's easy to measure, cholesterol levels, with the thing that actually matters, people's health and lives. Sometimes people think that if science isn't about a collection of facts, maybe it's about measurement. Tests in schools are administered, allowing us to verify that a school is adding value and helping students make progress. But be careful, because you might be measuring the wrong things. College classroom time or starting salaries of the graduating class, are those really measuring the right thing? You, Thomas Edison students, are in the best position to know they're not. So, no matter where you are in life with your years of experience, mile markers are receding into the rearview mirror. Have you gauged your progress based on easily measured mile markers or what really matters? This really goes beyond science. It goes beyond your Thomas Edison degree. Duty, charity, kindness, empathy, faith, you'll have to find those, and you must. But make no mistake, what you've learned, what you've accomplished is great. Succeeding in your studies while other responsibilities have competed for your attention, paying bills, working, taking care of children, studying, that's dedication, perseverance, self-discipline. Many would have given up. Many wouldn't even have tried. You didn't quit, and you shouldn't now. I urge you to step back and gain perspective. See whether with all your progress you are still measuring the right things, whether the mile markers going past you show that you're on the right road. One of the hardest things in life is to balance the many things you want, to make the trade-offs. So step back and get the perspective. I'm a plasma physicist by training. I've been elected to Congress 8 times. But even if I developed practical fusion energy or could explain sunspots on the sun that I used to study, or even if I could pass every bill that I introduced in Congress, that wouldn't be what would be fulfilling. I'd feel empty without my wife, Margaret, by my side. So take a moment often to ask yourself, what gives me fulfillment? What are the questions we really want answered? And what is the relevant evidence that will help me understand the answer? You don't have to be a scientist to think like a scientist, but I urge you to look for evidence that points to answers, not evidence that points to what you think already. Be open to evidence that will surprise you and confound your expectations, especially for evidence that will surprise you and confound your expectations. So ask yourself each day, did I ask a good question today? Did I frame the question to allow evidence to come in and to learn from that evidence? You have so much to give your families, your society, your country, the world, no matter what you do, whatever path you're on. This degree from Thomas Edison gives you much more than a certification of subject matter covered. It tells you you are now in control of your education.
Thank you, Congressman Holt. We are delighted and honored to have with us today Princeton Pro Musica, conducted by Ryan James Brandow. They will now perform Hark, I Hear the Harp's Eternal, arranged by Alice Parker. Please join me in welcoming Princeton Pro Musica.
Hark, I hear the harp's eternal, ringing on the farther shore, as I near those swollen waters with their deep and solemn roar. Alleluia, 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 praise alleluia, 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 glory to alleluia. And my soul sings in sorrow, as the light of day passes swiftly o'er the waters to the city far away. Alleluia, alleluia,
And my soul calls home safely to that land of perfect rest. And I hear all singing faintly in the mansions of the blessed.
alleluia,
I am now pleased to recognize those students who have earned their degrees with distinction. The requirements for earning these awards can be found in today's program. The Arnold Fletcher Award recognizes baccalaureate degree recipients who have made exceptional achievements in independent learning using methods pioneered by Thomas Edison State College. Arnold Fletcher awardees wear a gold cord. Members in Alpha Sigma Lambda National Honor Society recognizes adult students who have excelled in their studies by earning an overall grade point average of 3.2 or higher and who are in the top 20% of their graduating class. Alpha Sigma Lambda inductees wear a garnet and gold cord. Members in the International Society of Education, Kappa Delta Phi Honor Society, recognizes academic achievements and professional accomplishments of educators worldwide. Inductees wear a violet and jade cord. Members in the Honor Society of Nursing, Sigma Theta Tau International recognizes outstanding undergraduate and graduate nursing students. They can be identified by their purple and white cords. Members of the School of Business Honor Society, Sigma Beta Delta International, recognizes both undergraduate and graduate students in business and management, and they can then be identified by their green and gold cords. Would all those recipients please stand? Those honorees present here today received their awards at a ceremony this morning. Their names, awards, and honors are listed in your program. We would now like to recognize those graduates who are active duty military or veterans. They may be identified by a red, white, and blue cord. Please rise. Thank you. Mr. President, Deans John Agee, John Woznicki, Michael Williams, Phyllis Marshall, and Joseph Youngblood will present the candidates for the conferring of the graduate degrees. Dean Agee.
Will all the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Applied Science and Technology please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all of the requirements for the degree as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Agee.
Will all of the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Educational Leadership and Master of Arts in Liberal Studies please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all of the requirements for the degree as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Woznicki.
Will all the School of Business candidates for the degrees of Masters of Business Administration, Masters of Science in Human Resource Management, and Masters of Science in Management please stand? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all the requirements for the degrees as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Williams.
Will all the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degree. These candidates have met all of the requirements for the degree as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and is approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Marshall.
Will all of the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Management in the John S. Watson School of Public Service and Continuing Studies please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degree. These candidates have met all of the requirements for the degree as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Youngblood. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended, with all rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Matthew Hayes.
Greetings, I'm Cassandra Geddes.
Maria Nunes. Jayshree Suresh Kumar. Sudesh Joshi Chibar.
Aaron Savin Mastroboni.
Roberta Walters. Ifoma Egwawu.
Elizabeth Vázquez Bolaños. Glory to God.
Max Siles.
Sergeant First Class Bridget Paris, United States Army.
Michael Pickowitz.
Master Sergeant Wendy Higgins, U.S. Air Force.
Tracy Dillingham. Iris Arrington.
Nicole D'Ambrosio.
Kristen Dupre.
Douglas Haltmeyer.
Felicia Myers. Lamika Augustine.
Fumi Adeyinka.
Michael Samuda.
Alan Asmuda.
Beverly Williams.
John Rasmussen.
Mimi Cuepo.
Helen Delinko.
Mary Kay Olson.
Janelle Bennett.
Tiffany Carter Conaway.
Kimberly Rent.
Nora Gray.
Wendy Ebner.
Rhonda Prince.
Siobhan Malone.
Julie Richmond.
Nayoka King.
Naren Nizius.
Jennifer Collins.
Kareem C. Wardlow.
Agatha Yang.
Mary Elizabeth Vetter Purcell.
Richard M. Cahill Jr.
Bulat Akhmedov.
Tiffany Salter.
Ms. Angeline M. Dean.
Rosita Sital.
Debbie Fiera.
Carissa Palazzo Godsell.
Thomas Coleman.
Bernice Willis.
Raymond Mentor.
So First Class Godfrey Taylor, New Jersey Army National Guard. Colonel Devery, I see you.
Ian Griffiths.
Camilla King Lewis.
Christina Calabria.
Estelle Carrie Lee Jessica Reeves.
Cheryl L. Johnston Willowas.
Melissa Smith.
Janice Irvine Marks.
Petty Officer First Class, United States Navy, Robert Johnson.
Chief Petty Officer Chris Giacino, United States Navy, retired.
Master Sergeant Kimberly Nicholas Freimeyer, U.S. Air Force.
Monica Clark.
Jody Reinstein.
Dorian Celia Vicente.
Trudy Swojak.
Master Sergeant Shannon King, Air National Guard. God bless.
Adam Siu Bong Wan, love you, babe.
Jean Candela.
Tim Wages.
Michelle Dorney.
Michael Joseph Balaban.
Tracy Ann Radler.
James F. Riley, Sr.
Senior Airman Shanice Brown, United States Air Force.
Mr. President, Deans John Aji, John Woznicki, Michael Williams, Phyllis Marshall, and Joseph Youngblood will now present the candidates for the conferring of the baccalaureate degrees. Dean Aji.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Applied Science and Technology, Bachelor of Science in Health Information Management, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Medical Imaging Science, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all the requirements for the respective degrees as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Aji.
Will the Haven School of Arts and Sciences candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all the requirements for the degrees as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Woznicki.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelors of Science in Business Administration and the Bachelor of Science in Organizational Leadership please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all the requirements for the degrees established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and is approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Williams.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degree. These candidates have met all the requirements for the degree as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Marshall.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Human Services in the John S. Watson School of Public Service and Continuing Studies please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the aforementioned degrees. These candidates have met all of the requirements for the degree as established by the Thomas Edison State College Academic Council and the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Youngblood. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Stephanie Marie O'Connor.
Patrick O'Connor III.
Maria Socorro Balion Di Mayo.
Rosalia Aguilar.
Chief Warrant Officer 4, Link Wayne McCoy, United States Army.
U.S. Army Sergeant First Class Felix A. Figueroa.
Melissa Eileen Roth.
Jason Marar.
Chief Petty Officer Christopher Douglas Wilson, United States Navy.
Paula Zalaki Masiello.
Lisa Renee Grant.
Sally Barksdale. Sergeant First Class Naisha J. Favorite, U.S. Army.
Matthew Stripman.
Kimberly Ann Mitchell.
Patrice Ardeer DeSanto.
Lorraine Dagley.
Sade Carmichael. Kajal Koteria.
Michael Allen Krebs.
Parrish Knight.
Janine Beckman Wallentyne.
Nubia Ali Bowen. Karen Miro Drew. Jahaira Montero.
Mary Grace Russi, aka Mayalino.
Deborah Bailey Johnson.
Hayran Dikku.
Maria Isabel Furman.
Gwendetta Jones.
Janice Edelman.
Lori German.
Robert German.
Shirley Ann Worthen.
Sade Lynette Pottinger.
Debbie Cooper Lutz.
Michael Duffin.
Stephen Furbacher.
Alan Smith.
Rosalia Ariza.
April Michelle Maxwell Henley. Turned down for what?
Daniel D. Hines, Naval Veteran.
Lapitsky Alexei Vasilievich.
Jane McGrath. Brittany Hoffman.
Tiffany Phillips, United States Navy veteran.
Kristen Isaacson.
Jamie Christopher McCarron.
Veronica Powell.
Charlene Shaw. Kimberly Meisch.
Debbie Green. Debbie Green.
Lori Cicero.
Catherine Abigail Barron.
Tom Giddens.
Veer Samuel.
Ralston Denton.
Ernestina Selassie Archer.
Sergeant Chuka Anthony Ebede.
Senior Chief Petty Officer Brian Emery, United States Coast Guard. Semper Paratus.
Kimberly Michelle Singh. Sharon Zambujo.
Jasmine Evelise Rosado. Rhoda Misaka.
Roseanne Mendoza.
Janice McNamara.
Daryl Lee Towns Jr.
Siwane Bolha.
Leah Evans.
LaQuandra Clemens.
Alan Kent Ramsey.
Harold S. Reed Jr., Desert Storm veteran, United States Air Force.
Ann Elizabeth Nascondiglio, nurse. Monica Mature.
April Lynn Roach.
Kenyon Tyson.
Royce Allen Davis.
Alice Melissa Griffin.
Kenny Michelle, United States Army.
Colin Andrew Mount.
Maria Teresa Pagan. Catherine Margaret Smith. Robin Blanchard.
First Sergeant, United States Army, James M. Scott.
Emma Joanne Baker.
Gerardo Class.
Robert Louis Toronto.
Aleksandra Czaplinska.
United States Navy and Army, Ike Venice Ingram.
Keena LaShonda Herring.
Jason Party.
Dominique Sams. Bethany Gerald.
Celine Stewart.
Denise Forenbach.
Sergeant First Class Shalia Sledge, U.S. Army.
Alicia Glass Rhodes.
Aracendel Gutierrez, Petty Officer, 2nd Class, United States Navy.
Dawn Petrovich.
Howard Bruce Markowitz, a.k.a. Santa Claus.
Deepika Patel, thank you for the great support of my family and friends. Thanks.
Air Traffic Controller Chief Retired Dwight Martin Jackson.
Tyra L. Oliver. Morgan Nichols.
Deidre Scott.
Nancy Davis, U.S. Air Force retired.
Mary Camo Aldridge.
Gina Marie Minami.
Melissa Jorda.
First Class Petty Officer Jamal Quinn, the United States Navy.
Manu Tiagi.
First Lieutenant Jerome Ingram, New Jersey Army National Guard.
Regina Jenkins Roberts.
Dwayne Coker, retired Army. Yeah.
Sylvia Terry.
Sergeant First Class Darnell Dobbins, United States Army.
Myra Muller.
Renee Marie Schwartz.
Monica Rashida Bay.
Katie Giraldi. Iris Irizarry Roscoe.
Marion Lynn Smeda.
Maria Garzone. Mary Collins.
Staff Sergeant Carrie LaRose, United States Air Force. Elizabeth Johanna Campier.
Viviane Albert, la princesse d'Haïti.
Danita Lisa Saunders Davis, Sergeant, United States Army, honorable discharge.
John Patrick Lagadinos Duffel, U.S. Army.
Monisola Shomoye.
James Lloyd Sprayberry II.
Staff Sergeant Monica Masillo, United States Army.
Michelle Boyle.
William Bayless.
Gerald Politano III.
Staff Sergeant David Spencer, United States Army.
Latea Lane Mega.
Sergeant Richard Anson, United States Army.
Abigail Hazen.
Catherine Mendez Santiago.
John King, veteran, United States Navy.
Kofi Atta Yeboah.
Victoria Ann Davis.
Leroy Chisholm, Jr.
Margaret Mary Coley.
Renee Caldwell.
Helena Hiraldo Marchand Nurse.
Sherry Robin Hood.
Kristen Heckeroth, German.
Sean Brendan Sneed.
Megan Budo.
Wendy Neuenhausen.
Jonathan Adio.
Christina Nicole Rovtar.
Kristen Joyce Del Rey.
Aruj Sarah Call.
George Ondiegi.
Jacob William Betts, United States Army.
Adrian Pearson. Marguerite Berete Au.
Sam Misdary.
Desiree May.
Stephanie Elsie Acevedo.
Janet Torres.
Ike Onodipe.
Adam Knowles.
Rimpy Gar.
Anna Tyberski.
Linda Romano.
Tina Wasmuth.
Edward Bogosian, United States Army veteran.
Joshua Long.
Anthony Rogers, U.S. Army vet.
Sergeant First Class Ramon Lavelle Hartman, U.S. Army.
Rudy Caraballo.
April Lassor. LaShonda Chambers Ford. Woo!
Dawn Elizabeth Britton.
Chris Benson.
Sergeant First Class Caleb N. Ikane, the United States Army. Hooah!
Gregory Morrissey. Love you guys.
Michelle Wong.
Brian McKnight.
Brianna Justine Steniford.
Ni Lance Kwakupo.
Marek Palusek.
Kelly Ann Lawler.
Vivian Molina Matos.
Tanya Matos.
Danielle Sastre.
Gabriel Maldonado.
Heather Rambert.
Linda Reddick Beecham.
Nicola Garcia Hutchison.
Paul Stephen Hastings.
Misha Tyler.
Donnell Higgins, Georgia Army National Guard.
Crystal L. Hyman.
Jose Guerrero.
Petty Officer 2nd Class Maria Carolyn Sevilla, U.S. Navy. Janice D. Simone.
Love you. Kimberly Wilshire. Shout out to Petty Officer Kevin Wilshire, U.S. Navy. I love you. Hiroko Higurash. Specialist Candace Boone, U.S. Army.
I flew in from Japan yesterday. My name is Lasagna Calhoun, and I'm flying back to my husband tomorrow.
Petty Officer Trent Ryan, United States Navy.
Earl Davis, United States Navy, retired.
Joseph Corbin, U.S. Army.
Johan Sharp.
Kathleen Fonte.
Margie Charleston.
Michael Van Wee.
Chief Robert Von Gontong, United States Navy.
Lorian Barrows.
John Kerwin, U.S. Air Force, retired.
Stephanie Marcagiano.
Andrew Marcagiano.
Deidre Reyes.
Mustafa Abdullah, Uthman Namura.
Janie Beth Wallach.
Tracy Smith.
Joseph Damon.
Kimberly Kitchen.
Victoria Pantoja.
Justin Rowan, Petty Officer 1st Class, United States Navy. Hoo-yah!
Erica Slaughter.
Catherine Joanna Kubias.
Delilah Christina Maritza Nanku.
Carol Ann Sinahan. Ida Elizabeth Biddle-Mayer.
Jennifer Lynn Ryan.
Justin Pulliam. Master Sergeant retired Jimmy Akins, U.S. Army.
Robert Rivera.
Mary Claire Gilvari.
Eric Alvarado.
Nikimo London.
Marquis A. Mangum.
Petty Officer, 1st Class, United States Navy. Valsin Eugene Doville Leon.
Amber Keith.
Donna Marie Roback. Michelle De Leon Mijares.
Nicole McLean.
Lisbel Madeline Madera.
Patty Reamer.
Beate Dittmar.
Jennifer Fitzgerald.
G. Warrant Officer 2, Jose Rengifo, United States Army. Brian Benano.
Marie Joanne Felix. Thank you, Jesus.
Graciela Cohen.
Kristen Spradling. Hallelujah, praise Jehovah.
Tech Sergeant David Orozco, United States Air Force. God is great.
Holly Ann Speenberg.
Frank Nordoza.
Anthony Joseph Ganji.
Catherine Andrew, U.S. Air Force retired. Baylin Noel Miller. Lina Ocampo Perez Goiz.
Tracy Yvonne Coleman.
Mohammed Raza Qureshi. Peace.
Teresa Rose D. Clementi. Thank you, Jesus.
Corey Block. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Britt.
Katie Lynn Sergio.
Cesare Brown Hearn.
Elizabeth Wilkins.
Katrina Ann McCarver.
David Alexander Stafford.
Andrew John Smuggereski.
Teresa Mura.
David Yankana.
First Lieutenant Daniel Morris, United States Army.
Camille Rubenstein.
Zoya Stankova. Lachelle Graham.
Clarence Stevens.
Percival Blenman.
Emily Ogg.
Elizabeth Burak Mance.
Charles Malik Jr.
Skylar Behringer.
Sanctuary Fields.
Sugnash Patel.
Yvette Adelcia KB Enders.
Desiree Wilton Durham.
Timothy Jesse Davis.
Staff Sergeant Martin Mutagamba, U.S. Army.
Angel Rafael Otero Jr. Thank you and I love you.
Harold Miley Green.
Aurora Elizabeth Riley. Ala Brinkevich. Всем привет!
Ronald R. Schmidt.
Mickey Mesger.
Chief Warrant Officer Colin Harris, U.S. Coast Guard.
Brandon Fowler Hawkins.
Rick Porter, Jr.
Cynthia Ann Stewart.
Robert James Towers.
Staff Sergeant Eric Rivera, U.S. Army.
James Christopher Williams. Woo!
Marie Louise Solomire, nurse.
Wanda Ruiz.
John Soltis.
Lagretha Wingo. Hallelujah!
Petty Officer First Class Carice Charles Buchter, U.S. Navy.
Senior Chief Michael Ellis, United States Navy. Navy Chief, Navy Pride.
Corporal Alexander Ellis, United States Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis.
Michelle Porciazzo.
Madeline Garcia.
Brian Burwell.
Chief Petty Officer Frank Alvin, retired.
Andrew Merklin.
Saeed Tanimul Haq.
Christina Gumba.
Howdy, I'm Jared Isaacs, and thank you all for coming to my graduation.
Kristen Radarowski.
Marie Crespo Johnson, nurse practitioner.
Sean Agee.
Robert Andrew Gallo.
Tech Sergeant Jose Rivera, United States Air Force.
Jenna De Niro.
Kim Scalise.
George Joseph Recitar.
Leilani Evangelista.
Valerie Moses.
Muniru Ahmed Tijani.
Gina Y. Holmes.
The Honorable Alan Jeffrey Cannon, Deputy Mayor of Hopewell Township and candidate for this 12th District of New Jersey Congressional District. Thank you.
Laura Marie Bowers. Susanna Dean.
Tiffany Helen Day.
Courtney Middleton.
Michael Kenneth Patch.
Ivana Cespedes. Felicia Cespedes.
Brianna Cespedes.
Harinder Deo.
Jeremiah Crane.
Luann Dalton. Kendra Patterson.
Specialist William Medina, U.S. Army.
Deborah Ellison.
Ramon Pagan.
Monica Nichols.
Burley Bejan.
Cherise Nieves.
Jessica Mulvan.
Amanda Fletcher.
Tori Thompson.
Gino Angelo Paredes Fidelis.
Carolina Jonta.
Norris Brown.
Staff Sergeant Boris Arias, U.S. Army.
Construction electrician, first class petty officer, United States Navy Seabees, retired.
Dara Lynn Blewett.
Susan Sutphin.
Bethany Hartlob. Anna Kapp.
Jerry Villa Chauvin.
U.S. Navy Seabee veteran Kyle Adams.
Lindana Edwards. Rosemary Rentas.
Brian Luke, Iraq-Afghanistan war veteran.
Marcos Antonio Arguello, Jr.
John Morales.
Officer Robert Diaz, Teaneck Police Department.
Specialist Nick Kirkland, Army National Guard.
Megan Weber.
Catherine Danielle Kent. Thank you.
Claudia Deborah Newton.
Mary Rose O'Brien.
Tracy Ann Juba.
Tona Letitia Bub.
Catherine Marie Kelly.
Alexa Franklin Burrell.
And last but not least, a child of God, Anthony Mingo.
At this time, we would like to recognize the achievement of a graduate who has been granted a posthumous degree this year. On behalf of Aaron Ola, Miss Lisa Ketterson, his mother, is here to accept Mr. Ola's Bachelor of Science in Applied Science and Technology degree.
First Class Petty Officer Aaron Ola, retired. U.S. Navy.
Mr. President, Dean Wisniewski will now present the candidates for the conferring of the associate's degrees. Dean Wisniewski.
Will all candidates for the associate's degree please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates standing before you for the associate's degree. These candidates have met all of the requirements for the degree as established by the Academic Council of Thomas Edison State College and as approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dean Wesnicki. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Petty Officer Woodfine, second class, United States Navy.
Aris de Jesus.
Vitor ni Kliakay Merditay.
Sergeant First Class Donna Vance, the United States Army.
Katrina Daniels.
Erica Hinkins.
Jeffrey Welsh.
Pat Dipple.
Gwendolyn Hargrave.
Suzanne Schuler. Cindy Avishai.
Tanya Branch.
Kelma J. Butler.
Loisacina West.
First Sergeant Mark Acevedo, U.S. Army.
Petty Officer First Class, Submarine Qualified, Kervin Dixon, United States Navy.
Delroy Williams.
Alexander Williams.
Gabriela Garriga, for my family.
Senior Chief Leonard Johnson, United States Navy.
Colleen Francis O'Malley, congratulations, class of 2014.
I'd like to take a moment while our final graduates are returning to their seats to acknowledge a very good friend and colleague who's visiting with us today. We have in our audience the distinguished President Emeritus of the College of New Jersey, President and Mrs. Harold Eichhoff. Graduates, you can now shift your tassels over to the left side. To our graduates that are members of our armed services, we thank you for your service and you take care of yourselves. Now, it's customary or traditional at usual commencement ceremonies for the president or a trustee or officer of the college to thank the parents for their work in putting their children through college. And parents, we know you're important and we don't mean to slight you, but I hope you will excuse us if we change the order a little bit. So would all of the husbands, wives, partners, children, and grandchildren of the graduates please stand in the audience? Could you now be joined by the grandparents, aunts, uncles, and nieces of the graduates? Would you now be joined by all the in-laws and friends and relatives of the graduates? To our wonderful graduates, you are now certified to the world at large as alumni of Thomas Edison State College. She is your kindly mother, and you her cherished sons and daughters. This exercise denotes not only your severance from her, but your completed union with her. Commencement does not mean the breaking to a life apart. Rather, it marks your initiation in the fullest sense into the fellowship of the college. As bearers of her torch, as centers of her influence, as promoters of her spirit. The college is not its buildings, nor the office of the college, nor the students of any one time. Not one of them or all of them. The college consists of all who come into and go forth from her halls, who are touched by her influence, who are embody her spirit. Wherever you go, the college goes with you. Wherever you are at work, there is this college at work. What the college proposes to be, what it must always strive to be, is represented in its namesake, which honors a great man, a man who demonstrated the value of learning and the nobility of knowledge without regard as to the forum in which the learning took place. Let his inspiration surge in you and shine before the thousands whom you will encounter. With hope and faith, I welcome you into the fellowship. I bid you farewell only in the sense that I pray you may fare well. You go forth, but not from us. We remain, but not severed from you. God go with you and be with you and with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pruitt. I am now pleased to introduce the alumni representative, Ms. Janice L. Kovach.
Congratulations again. It is both an honor and a privilege for me to welcome all of you, our new graduates, to membership in the Thomas Edison State College Alumni Association. You now proudly join nearly 47,000 alumni across the nation and throughout the world. We have alumni in every state and in more than 50 foreign countries. You are now part of a group that includes leaders in government, business and industry, private enterprise, the performing arts, the military, and education. Whatever talent you possess, each one of you now becomes an important member of that group and can contribute both as leaders in your chosen field and to your communities at large. At this time and by this ceremony, on behalf of all alumni of Thomas Edison State College, I hereby induct you into this distinguished body. Your assistance and your ideas are vital as we continue to move forward to strengthen and support our alma mater. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Before we conclude the ceremony, I would like to express appreciation to Princeton Pro Musica and Kevin O'Malley for providing music for this special occasion. We will conclude our 2014 commencement ceremony with the singing of the alma mater. We are very pleased to have Princeton Pro Musica perform it for us. The words and music are in your program. If you care to follow along or to join in the singing, please do so. Please rise for the singing of the alma mater and remain standing at your seats for the recessional. Thank you.